Toyota using Chinese tech to bring its electric cars to market. In late next year, Toyota will introduce an all-electric small car in China, have turned to local partner BYD for essential technology in order to finally produce an inexpensive yet roomy runaround, according to 4 individuals who spoke to Reuters. 2 of the 4 people with direct knowledge of the situation described the vehicle as an electric holy grail for Toyota, which has battled for years to develop a tiny electric vehicle that is both competitive in terms of cost in China and does not sacrifice comfort and features. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Let's talk about Toyota using Chinese tech to bring its electric cars to market. But before we start the video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon for more amazing videos. And let's get started. The Japanese automaker Toyota Motor Corp will introduce an all-electric small car in China late next year. Has turned to local partner BYD for vital technology to finally produce an inexpensive yet roomy runaround, according to 4 persons familiar with the matter. Several people with direct knowledge of the situation described the vehicle as the electric holy grail for Toyota, which has battled for years to develop a small electric vehicle that is both cost competitive in China and comfortable without compromising on performance or safety. Several sources stated that it was primarily due to BYD's smaller lithium iron phosphate LFP blade batteries and its lower cost and engineering expertise. This was a significant turnaround for a Chinese company whose popular F3 saloon was inspired by Toyota's Corolla back in 2005 and which had previously claimed credit for the breakthrough. BYD, or Build Your Dreams, was a Chinese company that was little known outside of China until Warren Buffett invested in it in 2008. Since then, BYD has grown to become one of the world's largest manufacturers of so-called new energy vehicles, and it is now one of the world's largest manufacturers overall. Toyota's new electric vehicle EV will be somewhat larger than its small Corolla, which is the best-selling automobile in the world. According to one source, it should be thought of as Corolla with a larger backseat area. Despite the fact that it will only be available for purchase in China for the time being, the Toyota BZ will be debuted as a concept car at the Beijing Auto Show in April, and will subsequently most likely be introduced as the second model in Toyota's new BZ line of all-electric vehicles. BYD battery technology made it possible for the car to be built, one of the sources told Reuters. It has more or less assisted in us resolving the issues we had encountered in developing an economical little electric sedan with a big cabin, says the team. Compared to premium electric vehicles such as Tesla's Model Y or the NIO ES6, it will be priced lower, while it will be priced higher than the Hongguang Mini EV, which starts at just $4,500 and is now China's best-selling electric vehicle. 2 of the 4 sources, all of whom declined to be identified because they were not authorized to speak to the media, stated that the new Toyota would be competitively priced when it goes on sale. One source predicted that it would sell for less than 200,000 yuan or $30,000, aiming for a part of the Chinese market that Tesla is expected to target with a tiny car within the next 2 years, according to the source. "We don't make predictions about future goods," a Toyota representative stated in an email. Toyota believes that battery electric vehicles are a viable option for achieving carbon neutrality, and the company is actively involved in the development of all forms of electrified vehicle solutions. A representative from BYD declined to comment. Everything is floored. To demonstrate how far the competitive balance of the global auto industry has swung in the last decade, Toyota was forced to turn to BYD to solve its low-cost electric vehicle problem. Despite the fact that the quality of Chinese vehicles was deemed to be below average, global automakers were not very concerned about being unable to compete on a price, allowing Chinese businesses to dominate the domestic market for inexpensive, no-frills automobiles. However, the times have changed. Toyota executives began to be concerned in 2015 when BYD introduced the Tang plug-in hybrid, which included considerable improvements in design, quality, and performance over the previous model. The fact that it was still approximately 30% less expensive than equivalent Toyota cars was the most concerning. At 2017, a watershed moment occurred when Toyota's top technical officials, including then Executive Vice President Shigeki Terashi, were given the opportunity to drive various BYD vehicles, including the Tang, at the company's improving facility in Toyota City, near its headquarters in Japan. Terashi then traveled to BYD's headquarters in Shenzhen, where he test drove a prototype of the company's Han electric vehicle. Their long-term quality is still up in the air, but the design and build quality of these cars demonstrated levels of maturity, and they were significantly less expensive than comparable Toyota models. Winner of the Blade, Toyota's new electric vehicle EV arrives at a time when the company is under assault from environmental groups who claim the company is not committed to zero emissions. Toyota, according to these sources, is more concerned with extending the commercial value of its successful hybrid technology. Toyota executives have stated that they are not opposed to battery electric vehicles (BEVs). but they believe that until renewable energy sources become more widely available, BEVs will not be a panacea for reducing carbon dioxide emissions. While Toyota has long advocated for the development of a runaround vehicle that does not sacrifice comfort as the most effective means of popularizing BEVs, the company has failed to bring such a vehicle to market. One issue arises from the necessity of stacking huge, heavy batteries under the floor, which takes up valuable inside space unless the top is elevated as well, which is why many smaller electric vehicles are SUVs. Toyota and BYD briefly discussed the possibility of forming a battery joint venture in 2018. Toyota's engineers came upon BYD's LFP blade battery as a result of this. They referred to it as a game changer because it was both less expensive and resulted in more available space. We initially ignored it because its design is so radically simplistic, but it has since proven to be a game changer according to one of the 4 sources who spoke on the record. In 2020, BYD will formally commercialize their Blade lithium-ion battery. They have a lower energy density than most other lithium-ion cells, but they are less expensive, have a longer shelf life, and less prone to overheating, and do not include cobalt or nickel, which are both toxic. In China, Tesla already uses LFP batteries in its Model 3 and Model Y electric vehicles, as well as in its Model S sedan. When the modules are set flat on the floor, according to one of the sources, a typical blade pack is approximately 10 centimeters, which is 3.9 inches thick, which is approximately 5 cm to 10 cm thinner than conventional lithium-ion packs. According to a BYD representative, there was a possibility depending on how an automaker packaged the blade pack in an automobile. Are you cutting corners? 2 sources claim that while Toyota has not entirely uncovered the mystery of how BYD manages to keep costs low, one factor that may be contributing to this is the company's shortened and flexible design and quality assurance process, which some Toyota engineers consider to be cutting corners. According to the sources, Toyota's planning procedure is significantly more stringent and detailed. After making a decision on the technology, components, and systems to be used in a car's 3 to 4 year development phase, the company almost never alters the design of the vehicle. Toyota typically produces 3 design prototypes and 3 manufacturing prototypes during the course of the process. If you're testing for emissions or bad road durability, some vehicles are driven approximately 150,000 kilometers, which is 93,000 miles, to ensure bulletproof quality and reliability. According to one source, engineers at BYD perform significantly less prototyping, often only 2, and designs can be revised as late as 2 years into the process. But this is a definite no at Toyota, according to another source. However, as a result of those last-minute modifications, the technology in a BYD car is significantly more up-to-date than the technology in a Toyota automobile when it first hits the market, and it is frequently significantly less expensive. The 4 sources believe that further advancements in simulation and virtual engineering know-how, as well as the fact that BYD manufactures a wide range of its own components, have assisted the company in closing potential gaps in quality and reliability that could arise from such last-minute design changes in the future. Toyota's dilemma is whether to disregard BYD's approach to engineering as loosey-goosey and too dangerous, or whether to learn from it, one of the individuals added. BYD is a Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer that was founded in 1999. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below, hit the bell icon and also like, subscribe, and share our channel, and stay tuned with us till our next video. We will see you soon with our next video. Thank you for watching.